All right, here we are, rocking and rolling right into week number 2. Hopefully the first week went well for you and you've got some classes and some instructors that you think are going to enjoy this semester. The week ahead of us looks really typical. The thought primer that we're working on is structured very similarly to all of the other thought primers you're going to be completing this semester, and the amount of work and the kind of work that the thought primer involves is also very similar to your other thought primers. So at the end of this week, you should have a pretty good idea of kind of the rhythm, the pace, and the kinds of work you're going to be doing this semester in this course. Thought primer number 2 is going to introduce us to a few relativistic ethical theories: subjectivism, emotivism, and cultural relativism, or sometimes called conventionalism. And it's going to explore those 3 theories and then contrast them to a different approach to ethics called objectivism. This thought primer begins, like most thought primers, with a series of questions you're going to be writing responses to here. And again, you're looking for the total of your responses to equal about a page or 2, typed, double-spaced. If you find yourself writing less than a full page in response to all of the questions here, that probably means you're not digging into the questions deeply enough yet. So you want to kind of go back and look at those questions again and try to really get at the ideas that are at issue here. A really effective strategy for responding to the kinds of questions that you'll be dealing with in this course, these very abstract, lofty questions, is to provide examples that bring those abstract ideas closer down to the ground. You can even make up the examples. Use hypothetical examples to try to make more concrete these very abstract ideas that we're dealing with. And again, remember, when you're responding to these questions in your thought primer, you're looking to write a page or 2 for all of the questions in total, not a page for each one of the questions. All right, so after you write your responses to these opening questions, you've got some reading to do, and you can see here that if you have purchased a copy of the textbook, great, you can do the readings right out of that, chapters 1 and 2. But if you don't have a copy of the course textbook, that's all right, because I've linked here chapters 1 and 2 for you to download as PDF files. All right, so you'll do that reading, and I recommend that as you do that reading, you have quiz number 2 open on your Canvas screen, because all of the questions in quiz number 2 come from chapters 1 and 2 of our reading. So you can just answer those questions as you're doing your reading, and that's the surest way to get 100% on that quiz. All right, so after you've completed your reading and you have completed quiz number 2, you're going to come down here and watch a series of short video lectures that are going to be exploring the material that you read about and that you were thinking about when you responded to those opening questions. I recommend that as you watch these video lectures that you have quiz number 3 open on your screen, because guess where the questions in quiz number 3 come from? Yes, the video lecture. So you can be answering those questions as you're watching the video lectures, and again, get 100% of that quiz. Why not? You'll notice that in some of the lectures, I talk about some of the ideas that have been offered by a couple of different philosophers, and I've included here some links to the works that I'll be describing here in case what I say in the lectures piques your interest. You can come and read these primary documents for yourself. So I've got a copy of an essay by Thomas Nagel, very famous philosopher, and another philosopher named George Mavroad. So if you're interested in their ideas, you can always come and read more about them here, but it's not required. All right. So you're going to watch these video lectures, you're going to be taking quiz number 3, and then you are going to come all the way down here to the bottom, and you are going to do a couple of things. One is you're going to get one of the 2 points for this thought primer by submitting through this assignment page your responses to those opening questions. Once you do that, you've got 50% of the credit for this thought primer. You've got one of the 2 points that are available to you. The other thing that you're going to do is you are going to watch this very short video called Cookie Monsters. I think it's less than 5 minutes long, but you'll need to watch this video in order to be prepared to participate in our discussion on the Canvas board. And I'm just going to forewarn you, this video is going to make you angry. The smugness of the people that are portrayed in this news story and just the cruelty is really infuriating. But you'll want to watch this one video, and if you find yourself intrigued by this pathetic drama and want to know more, you can always click on this link right here, and that'll take you to a page where this pathetic saga will unfold over time. I'm just warning you, you won't get these moments of your life back. So if you decide to descend into this realm of loserdom, that's your choice. I'm not requiring you to do it, okay? But it is kind of interesting. All right, so after you've watched that video, then you'll be ready to go over to the discussion board and participate in our discussion. You'll see some pinned discussion threads on the discussion board. And remember that your participation in those discussion threads, the pinned discussions, that's how you get the second of the 2 points that are associated with this thought primer. So if you submit your responses to the opening questions and you participate in the discussion board, you'll have 100% on this thought primer. And if you can do both of those things, if you can get your responses to those questions and you can get some participation, or you can participate somewhat on the discussion board by Thursday at 11:59 p.m., you'll get an extra half point for this thought primer. Okay, so the thought primer is due Sunday by 11:59 p.m., just like all your other thought primers will be. But like I say, you get the discussion board and you get those questions submitted to me by Thursday at 11:59 p.m., you get an extra half point on the thought primer. All right, have a fantastic week, and as always, if anything comes up that I can help with, just shoot me an email.